In this lesson, we're going to learn how to graph linear inequalities on an xy coordinate plane step by step. We'll start with simple inequalities, then move to equations with two variables. Let's begin. First example, x is greater than 4. When x equals a number, it forms a vertical line. So we draw a vertical line at x equals 4. Now, because it says greater than and not equal to, we draw a dashed line. Next, we decide where to shade. Greater than means we move toward larger x values, which is to the right, so we shade everything to the right of the line. Second example, x is less than or equal to -3. Again, x equals a number, gives us a vertical line at -3. Because it says less than or equal to, we use a solid line. Less than means we move to the left toward smaller values, so we shade everything to the left. Next example, y is greater than -2. When y equals a number, it forms a horizontal line, so we draw a horizontal line at y equals -2. Since it is greater than, we use a dashed line. Greater than means we go above the line, so we shade the region above. Next example, y is less than or equal to 3. Draw a horizontal line at y equals 3. Because it says less than or equal to, we use a solid line. Less than means we shade below the line. In this example, we are going to graph the inequality y greater than x minus 1. First, we rewrite it in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. For this inequality, the slope m equals 1 and the y-intercept b equals -1. We start by plotting the y-intercept at -1 on the y-axis. Next, since the slope is 1, we remember that slope means rise over run. So from the y-intercept, we go up 1 unit and right 1 unit to get our second point. Now we connect these 2 points. Because the inequality is strictly greater than, we draw a dashed line. Finally, we shade above the line since the inequality is greater than. Now, let's graph y less than or equal to 3x minus 2. First, we rewrite it in slope-intercept form, y equals 3x minus 2. M equals 3 is the slope, and b equals -2 is the y-intercept. First, plot the y-intercept at -2. Then use the slope, go up 3 units and right 1 unit to find another point. Connect the points. Because the inequality is less than or equal to, we draw a solid line and shade the bottom. However, we can also use a test point to confirm the shading. Let's test the point 0, 0. Is 0 less than or equal to 3 times 0 minus 2? That gives us 0 less than or equal to -2, which is false. So this point is not a solution. Now try another point, like 2, 1. Is 1 less than or equal to 3 times 2 minus 2? That becomes 1 less than or equal to 4, which is true. So we shade the region that contains the point 2, 1, which is the bottom of the graph. If this lesson helped you, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one.